Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Colorado Rockies. In case you didn't see the Friday video, I'll repeat it here. I'm going to be on vacation for the next 2 weeks. What that means for you is that there will be a video today, but none until the 22nd. So I will be gone for 2 weeks. On the 22nd, I will have returned, and you will have another Rockies video by then, probably. I may, as a one-time thing, actually make the video on Tuesday the 23rd. It depends on how I'm feeling after the drive. So I hope it'll be a good vacation, and I hope you all have a lovely time while I'm gone. If you're looking for something to watch, I have a very voluminous backlog that you can take a look at. You can watch previous videos. You can watch one of my other games that I've showcased on the channel. That'll be good. And one additional primary note is, I've said this a couple times before, but when we win the World Series, I will almost certainly call this series an end. Yeah. Probably playing some Room World, maybe something else, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how the vibes are and how much longer it takes me to win the World Series, but that's kind of the direction I'm leaning. Speaking of directions that we're leaning, we did make the postseason last year. We're incrementally getting a little better each season. I know that last year we were actually better. We won 93 games, but we're at the point where I can make the postseason fairly consistently. And that is the first key to being a successful franchise, is making the postseason consistently. Once you get there, anything can happen. And I'll have you note that in the entire history of the Colorado Rockies, which is admittedly not that long, they've only made the postseason 8 times. 3 of those are under my jurisdiction. So, if you don't like it, you can kiss my butt. Anyway. Now we need to see things get even better. We need to keep working. We need to keep adding talent, adding quality, and disposing of those who are not worthy. First things first, we do need to hire a new assistant GM. Not the most important of positions, to be honest with you. What kind of vibes does the team have right now? What are we looking for? We like people that are... team chemistry is amazing. Team chemistry is fantabulous, but that's actually what I was looking for. I was looking for the staff role screen here. We're ecstatic. We're very, very happy people. Easygoing would be excellent, but as long as they're not temperamental, we can make it work. Let's make it work. Alright. So as long as not temperamental, that's all we care about. And I would like GM ratings. Let's send someone who's got high dev. Very loyal to players. What is your personality, Mr. Green? You're personable. What about Aaron Isabella? We can try him out, sure. Looking at strategy, there's nothing too terribly exciting here. Let's grab him up. Welcome to the Rockies. You can learn from my genius, and if we do win the World Series in the near future here, you'll have a great team to work with, which is pretty exciting, I think. Alright, guys. Let's wrap. Let's talk about how to make this team better. What do we need? We need Cam Cannarella to start playing better. I think that is... It's probably the single most important thing that we need. A Rockies with Cannarella doing damage at the top of the lineup is a far more effective version of the Rockies. This can't happen again. I appreciate the extra slugging percentage. Believe me that I do. But I need him to be an on-base machine that steals bases and plays good defense. That's what makes him valuable to the Rockies. He's not here to hit home runs. If he does, amazing. But that's not what he's here for. He's here to get on base. So hopefully he figures that out. Is Richie cooked? I don't think he's totally cooked, but he's definitely sizzling right now. We may have the in-house solution on Isaiah Swain, but we want to give him some time before we trust him with that duty. Anderson Fermin, who we signed as a minor league free agent, actually had an okay season. He might be a nice piece of this puzzle. An unexpected one, but a nice one. Brent Doyle is gone. If he wants to come back for less money, I'd consider it, but I'm not paying $14 million for this. Not whose only skill is I'm kind of good at playing defense. Thankfully, Condon and Tovar are excellent, but this is not enough offensive horsepower to get us where we need to be. And unfortunately, I don't have a ton of options to improve that either. We are going to want to make a lot of room on the roster because we're going to need to make some room for, at the bare minimum, the top 4 pitchers here. Certainly Romero and Santa Cruz. Probably Acevedo and Moore. Maybe Rivera. So let's look at the salary. No, we do need to worry about our draft protection list as well, but let's worry about our rotation first. Lucas Gordillo is never going to be anyone's version of an ace, but what he is a competent starting pitcher who needs to just be a bit healthier. I think $2 million is a reasonable salary for you. Obviously, if I can do better, I will. But for right now, I think signing the 3 of these guys to new contracts is a decent use of resources. It's not game-breaking. It's not going to be, yes, this is World Series bound, but this is, we have the people that we need to just run out the season, in all honesty. Like, the goal here isn't, am I getting ultra stars? My goal is, do I get reliability so that I can find pieces over the top? Edgar Issei just keeps doing it. Like, nothing about this skill set should tell you this guy is one of the best relievers in the league. But he is. And so until he proves that he can't do it, I'm going to keep paying him. It's as simple as that. Until he says to me, I am no longer skilled enough to handle your jobs, then I'm going to keep him around. Cooper McKeon is really fascinating to me. He's a really good lefty killer. And there's a ton of value in that, but is there enough value in that? For $3 million, when I don't make that much money to begin, when I don't have that many contracts to worry about, I think this is probably fine. I think this is a reasonable take. We can give him a 1-year deal. Bryant Milam is somebody that I am probably going to have to open up the pocketbook to keep around. In a world without Drew Romo, he's probably our starting catcher. And so that is something that is worthy to me. I'm not going to guarantee a starting lineup. I want to have the flexibility to use you where I think you're the most valuable. But I will give all of you another 1-year deal. Doyle, once he paid $16 million, he will not get that from me. Absolutely not. Maybe somebody else is going to look at a defense-only center fielder and go, oh my god, $16 million is a bargain. That will not be me. I categorically refuse to pay him that much money, and you can't make me do it either. If, we have a chat in the off-season and we're like, hey buddy, I'll give you $3 million, then fine. But that's otherwise not going to happen. I don't mind keeping Pujols and Quinn around. But I'm not going to give the... you want to... that's not going to happen either. I do want to make some room on the 40-man. Because I want to make room for these pitchers. I feel terrible for Mick Abel if I decide to waive him right now. This is a guy who's been desperate for relevancy. And I think he's acceptable, but he's not great. Scott Rios is a really good defensive second baseman. That is not enough for me. I don't think defense alone is useful enough for me to block one of these excellent pitchers. So we're gonna go ahead and waive him. Oh, I literally can't waive him because he's on loan. Okay. I mean, maybe I just let things kind of settle themselves for a bit and then make a decision, but I do not want to lose Romero, Santa Cruz, Acevedo, Moore, and Rivera. I don't have a good enough pitching system to let talent like that go without stopping them. We want player development. Hit the wrong button. My apologies. Development lab. Robbie Brewer. You're not an infielder. Well, you might be a second baseman or third baseman. I would love for you to work on your gap power. Rodarte, plate discipline. Crawford, control. Motoyasu Yasukawa, discipline. Do I want you to learn a new position? I think you're probably fine at second base. Kaiser, definitely work on your control. Leaves me 3 spots. I know that I've got really young players on this roster. Riddick, work on your secondary pitches, probably. Yeah, secondary pitch improvement is, I think, the most important for you. Edwin Brito. Can I get greedy and ask you to improve your quality of contact? Maybe. Gary Cruz, frontline infantry. No. Yes, actually, Gary Cruz, work on your secondary pitches. And then let's advance a little bit of time and see what happens here. Personal message. I can accept Chad Allman. I'm very, actually, if he didn't break my rules, I would very strongly consider this trade. Because I think Allman's a really good player, but unfortunately he's already played in the major leagues and therefore he is dead to me. Sorry, mate. I do need to worry about my protection list too, don't I? Okay. Alright. Begin, Levy, Condon, Tovar. These are all crucial pieces to our success. Romero, Brito, Santa Cruz, Milam, Canarella. What do we do with some of these other guys? That's a good question. I feel like this presents an opportunity for us. I love Drew Romo. I think he's the heart and soul of the Rockies. If I don't protect him, can Milam take over as a full-time catcher? He's given me 3 years of pretty good work in a mostly full-time position. I'm going to leave Romo exposed. Colin Ritchie I will protect. Acevedo, Moore, Rivera I'll get protected. Dalis and Torres get protected. Eduardo Beltre, I'm very, very weak on. I don't think he's going to make the club anyway. If you want him, you can have him. Javier Estrada is so far from being a big leaguer, but I guess it's still worth it. I do definitely want to protect Jaden Fauske. If I do lose Romo, then it's gonna be it's gonna be Fauske and it's gonna be Milam as my catchers. I sort of want to protect Snavely, but I think it's probably not a smart idea. I think he's too far away from the big. For me, I'll protect because he had a good season. There's a certain amount of issue for me if I let Gritty Emerson go. I do want Yost. I do think he's a good infielder, but I'm not. The thing is, if I'm going to send a protection spot, it's got to be something that I really think either helps the team now or helps them in the future. I'd rather keep Emerson because of his glove and his multiple positions than Yost. I would protect Kenley Hunter. He's got a reasonable chance of maybe being a starting center fielder for me. Nolan McLean is probably somebody I'm into protecting, maybe. I gotta protect my Manny Say. There's just a lot of people that I just don't feel obligated to protect. I do want to protect Leon. I do think Leon offers us some really nice flexibility. He's somebody who could be a star. He just needs an opportunity, I think. I think Daniel Olson can probably be left off. I'm not taking Beltre back. Snavely isn't that great. I'll protect Dossett. There's really nobody as I get lower in this lineup that I'm like, oh my god, we have to keep them. Like, I just don't feel that way about any of these guys. Am I being cheap if I let Romo go? Is that what's happening here? Am I being unfair to the Rockies and to myself if I just let him go? I gotta protect Romo. I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna protect Romo. It's not because of the money, although the money is certainly part of it. It's because I still think he is a valuable enough player to contribute to this team. I'd like for him to hit better than he did last year, obviously, and because of his low BABIP compared to his career average, he should bounce back a little bit. But it's more his veteran leadership and his ability to help teach the players that makes him too useful to me to let walk for nothing. I should protect two more players. I'll protect Javier Estrada. I think he's got enough raw talent that he might turn into something good, even if his performance so far has been lackluster. Do we keep Daniel Olson? I don't think so. It comes down to, so who's the 20%? It's either Jordan Yost or it's Jason Atkinson. And I think a 92-year-old finesse a 92-year-old, 92 mile an hour finesse pitcher is not what we're looking for. Admittedly, he had a fantabulous year in Double A. But I don't think he's somebody that would keep over Jordan Yost, who has the potential to be just a really decent infielder. So maybe we keep Nolan McLean. Maybe Nolan McLean is worth protecting. Maybe he's not. If it's between Nunnally and Vega, it's definitely Nunnally. Nunnally has other positions he can play fairly well. I think this is someone that we can protect. That's it. It's my 25-man roster. Boom, done. What is the expansion draft? It is right now, isn't it? No, it's November 27th. Which is after free agency starts. So I don't want to sign any free agents on day one. Because then I'll just lose them instantly. Everybody liked new deals. There will come a point where Milam will force the issue. He'll be like, I am too good a catcher to be your backup. I mean, for right now, he is a high-quality player, so I'm happy about that. Gold gloves for Brenton Doyle, Cam Canarella, and Drew Romo. Okay. All right, guys, we've got to make room on the 40-man. Who is the most expendable players here? I think Oscar Vasquez's time has already come and gone. There is a world in which I could see him making the roster, but it is not this world if all goes well. Emil Morales, I just need to accept the fact that nobody's going to want you and move on from you. It's not you. Well, I guess it's exactly you. You are the reason that you're not on the roster right now. A third base only prospect just isn't that valuable to me, and I need to make sure that we have room for Romero, Santa Cruz, Acevedo, Moore, and Rivera. Somebody will take a chance on Gibran Hoffman, potentially, but I don't think I'm losing that much if I let him go. Then I can add Bobby Rivera. And then I want to add one more player. Where is Swain? Where'd he go? Where's Isaiah Swain? Oh, is he in the fucking draft league? Probably. Probably. If Brito works out, that'd be a pretty nice addition to this roster, too. Where is Swain? I want to see if Swain is actually better than Tahigo. Compare player. Where is Isaiah Swain? Are you on loan? Yeah, you're on loan. Okay. Compare player to Tahigo. Interesting. Tahigo is the far better player right now. Interesting. I think Swain is going to get there and catch up. But for now, Tahigo is much better than Swain. Tahigo can also play a credible second base, whereas I think Swain is third base or bust. Interesting. So I don't want to give up on Tahigo then. Tahigo might end up being a third base solution for us. If Richie can't have a better season. I can't waive Rios because he's on loan. Where is Rios? I'm just gonna wave him. I have no interest in keeping you. You offer me no genuine value. So I'm gonna thank you for your service to the Rockies, see if somebody else wants you, and then trade you. And if nobody wants you, then I'll just waive you. Simple as. I don't need you. I don't need a defense-only player. Nah, if somebody claims him, they claim him. I'm not that fussed about it. Ty Head is a massive disappointment. I had very high hopes for you, and then you did absolutely nothing when given the opportunity. There's a minor league track record here. He may not be totally helpless. But what he is right now, he's just an okay outfielder. I mean, I guess Quinn Irons is no better. Does anybody actually want Ty Head? I guess that's the question I'm asking myself. Is there anybody who's like, oh shit, it's Ty Head? Or do we trade Quinn Irons instead? The value of Quinn Irons is he's got great speed, which Head doesn't. I guess Head also has decent speed. It's Dylan Dubovik. I don't need the reverse Shohei Ohtani who's bad at both jobs. I need somebody who's a little bit more valuable to me. Corey Fontenot is an interesting little gamble. If I could get Keller and Fontenot, I would take it. Neither one of them is by themselves a great prospect, but getting two of them helps mitigate my risks slightly. Although I don't really think either one of them is all that good. You know, I'm a good prospect you part with. Like, what up, Mike Kaczynski? Okay. I had to try, right? Like, it was required for me to try it. Brian Beck, maybe? Nah. John Butcher? No thanks. I don't really need first baseman. I don't know why I'd even look at a first baseman. Sherman here is interesting. Can I get Sherman too? You need more time. I mean, if you want a mediocre relief prospect, I will happily hand you one, but I'd rather hand you Wilson instead. I mean, Rocking Chair does have a great name. Oh, wait. Rocking Chair is a second-round pick? I don't want to give him up that early then. Sorry, I'm being faffy. Oh, you can easily take Ryan Miller. Easily. Yeah, this works for me. This gets me some decent prospects for a player I wasn't going to keep anyway. Maybe one more player should go. I want to leave some room on the 40-man in case I want to do stuff. But maybe I can just wait on that. I don't have to rush and decide right now. Hey, reliever of the year for Begin. Nice. I'm only simulating a couple days at a time. I genuinely don't care. You all can go to AAA. I don't dislike them. I just don't care. Silver Slugger for Charlie Condon. Miguel Archuleta won Rookie of the fucking Year. God damn it, really? And I got garbage for it. Like, neither Rios nor Rogue are ever going to be that. Rogue might end up being okay. I should never have given up Archuleta. This is a big mistake, and it's one I'm sure I'll probably pay for. Oh well. I will talk to Doyle. And my offer is going to be very, very simple. It's going to be, I'll give you like $3 million. There is value in keeping you on this club. It is not enough value to pay you what you think you're worth. It just isn't. Where even is Doyle? There he is. You still think you're worth $10 million. I would pay you $5 million a year for 3 years. Nope. I am not getting into a war with you. You either sign with me or you don't. I don't care enough. I don't care enough. I just don't. Let me turn on my filter here. Are there any outstanding players that are looking for a new home? Well, outstanding is kind of pushing it. These are guys that I'm fine to sign because they at least have some value in the minor leagues, but I'm not seeing solutions to my present issues. We'll leave it at that. Wait a minute, Noah Miller. I apologize, sir. You're not good enough to play for the Rockies. You're a filthy major leaguer. How dare you, sir? Luke Jackson? I don't know, guys. This bullpen could use an upgrade. It for sure could use an upgrade. Is Luke Jackson an upgrade? Maybe. Fastball and cutter, 27 years old, never made the majors, wants $5 million. My dude. No. Sezaburo Iwamoto is pretty decent, but I don't want to commit that much money either. Nathaniel Cruz. I think Nathaniel Cruz is the kind of guy that I could get excited about. I think you're the sort of gentleman who I think would be a fine addition to this roster. You're not flawless. Your control could be better, but 50 is pretty good actually. I think Nathaniel Cruz is somebody I'm very excited to offer a contract to. If he wants it. Brian Buelvas, we could sign him, sure. We can offer him a deal. Why the heck not? Sort by potential. Here we go. Jacob Turner, you're in. Grab up these interesting players. Juan Zapata. You are a terrible fielder. I would never put you in the outfield or in the infield or anywhere. But I will sign you. And I will see how you do. I do like me a junk ball lefty. Let's do it. Let's offer him a contract. My brother in Christ, you're like, what if I asked for $7.5 million but I've never played in the major leagues? You have one tool, dude. No thanks. No one can have Scott Wadlington and Kevin Davis. Most people will be like, I can have Scott Wadlington or Kevin Davis. But I say, you know what? We can have them both. That's 10 World Series guaranteed. Guaranteed. Ryan Derby, excellent. I actually like him a lot. He's definitely got some issues, but I think he has enough upside that he can be welcome to the team. Portrait of Dorian Waite. And I think that's probably it. Do I want any of these higher caliber prospects? There is a Rosezaburo Iwamoto gets a role on this club. And he's got good velocity for a 31-year-old, and I think he would help stabilize the bullpen a little bit. I think this is fine. I think offering him 1-year deal is potentially acceptable. Don't tell me people have signed already. Okay, they haven't. Good. We're just gonna let it run. I wonder if I lost. Hey, it's Trent Maben. Wait, I left Lucas Gordillo exposed. That was not intentional. That was an oopsie. Jordan Yost got grabbed. That's not. Wow, Josh Snavely? Damn, guys. You guys are like, holy shit. What an amazing idea. What a Beltray. Losing Gordillo hurts a little bit. I genuinely think he had a role to play, and I just missed him. Point blank, I missed him. I hope you enjoy him in Memphis with your possibly non-existent armadillos. Dead to me. Let me see something here. Range of armadillos. The 9-banded armadillo, or common long-nosed armadillo. Oh, they have been found in Tennessee. So, there we go. You know what? I wasn't familiar with your game, Memphis. I apologize. You do, in fact, have native armadillos. Unless Wikipedia is wrong, and I think we can all agree that's not possible. People are clamoring for Drew Roma, and they're offering genuinely good offers for him. But I can't accept them because I can't take major leaguers. Cruz, Cole, fine. DeGrom, sure. McCutcheon, obviously. Aaron Judge, sure. Jose Ramirez, you know it. Stanton, Votto, Wainwright. I think that's just it. Like, nobody else here interests me enough. I mean, I guess you could vote for Craig Kimbrell. I'm not opposed to Craig Kimbrell making the Hall of Fame. Sure. Done. I apologize if you can hear that. One of my neighbors has either like a dirt bike or something like that, and he decided that this time that is a fantastic time to start revving his engine. He's what we call an asshole. Kellen Lindsay, I don't care about you that much. That's what I do care about you a little bit. What was wrong with my offer to you? What if I offered you 750 grand? A nice tasty signing bonus. That's surely worth something, right? Luis Lara is unfortunately a major leaguer, so no. Mm-mm. I mean, I'm getting very interested in possibly flipping Romo. It seems like people are really excited about him. Okay. I would be not doing my due diligence if I didn't offer Romo for a prospect, a package of players. Package of prospects specifically. Willie Alvarez is pretty great. He's also super far away from the majors, and the other two prospects aren't that great. Vladimir Asensio is pretty solid, actually. You played in the... Boo! Boo this man. You played in the majors. None of these are exceptional offers. And I think Romo's valuable enough to me that I don't want to move him unless it's an exceptional offer. So I will decline your deal. For now. There is a world in which you impress me and that I go, oh dip, and then I sign you. I mean, I'm literally signing you to a minor league deal, so like, oh, hang on. Offer contract. What is happening here? Game, stop. Offer contract. I will offer you $750,000. I know I'm being cheap, I just don't care. If they sign, they sign. If they don't, they don't. You want more money. I don't think a 1-year deal for $4 million is unreasonable. I'm willing to pay that money. Zapata, you probably also want a signing bonus. You can have $800,000. Wow. Texas giving you $5.2 million? I don't know if I can offer you 5.5. I think you're already getting outside my price range. I think there are relievers about your skill level that are going to be available in the Rule 5. I think I have to politely but firmly decline your offer. I just don't think you're worth that much money to me. Right, like I understand what you might be saying at your computer screen right now is that you have $52 million. Why are you being so cheap? I'm not trying to be cheap. I'm trying to make sure we get the best value. I'm trying to make sure that I have the money to keep the people I want to keep when I want to keep them. Because some of these guys are gonna demand a bit of cash to keep around. Um, it is fair to say this window might be closing a bit. My players are all around their like the peak of their prime, and I don't quite have the offensive horses to pick up when guys like Romo. Okay, Romo's got a ready replacement. Romo's a terrible example, but like Tovar is 30. Condon is 28. Romo is 30. Um, Cannarella's 28. These aren't guys that have like their whole futures ahead of them. These are guys that are very close to being, done. Like no longer major league capable. And I don't want to be caught with an empty bag when that happens. Doyle signed with San Francisco, which makes the fans sad. I'm sorry. Would I sign it for 9.1 million? Honestly, probably not. I think this opens up a ton of possibilities. We can like Canarella play center field. I have tons of options here. So many that I'm not going to trap myself, right? Kelly Hunter can play center field, and then Canarella can play left or whomever. I do need more outfielders. Are there any interesting outfielding prospects still available? If I search for outfielders, I'm not opposed to a guy like a Rodney Green. I do think there's some risk, but I'm not opposed to it. Whenever we're very active, we could go after Michael Rodriguez too. Sure, we can offer him a minor league deal. Sure. What? I literally just gave you what you wanted, and you're like, nope, I don't want to talk about it. Like, bro, what are you even on about? Yeah, I think I'm done. I think these are fine possibilities here. Maybe we can snag ourselves a quality outfielder in the Rule 5, maybe? Maybe we can refuse Carlos Rodriguez because he played the major leagues. Hmm. I'm not that fussed by losing Doyle. I've got center field options, and yes, I'll probably lose a little bit of defense, but I think we'll still be a better team for it. That's my opinion, anyway. And look at that. I got Matt Kessler here. Matt Kessler would love to play for the Rockies. I lost Sebastian Blanco. Did I sleep on him? Maybe a little bit. Hmm. Blanco probably deserves a major league chance. I'm going to chalk this one up as maybe a small oopsie by me. So Matt Kessler is a right-hander who's got decent chops in the outfield, a good bit of speed, some decent power as well. I think Matt Kessler would look great in Rockies purple. I want to grab at least one more outfielder. What is Jose Garcia's deal? His deal is that he's actually a pretty talented dude. Let's grab Jose Garcia, and then I want to check on their pitching market. All players. Hey, it's Ryan Russell who already pitches for me. It's Nathaniel Cruz who already pitches for me. Can you look just at relievers, please? Mike DeCosta, you've pitched in the majors. How dare you, sir? Okay, maybe there's no pitchers that are worth taking here. Peter Hodge is meh. Nope, you pitch in the majors. You pitch in the majors a lot, my guy. How dare you, sir? How dare you play tricks on me? Have I already been deceived? Kessler's never played in the majors. Garcia's okay. Alright. Don't be deceiving me, you fools. You foolish fools. I lost Connor Eaton. I'm genuinely surprised anybody wanted him. Use him in good health. Astros. We're gonna have a rookie starter. Because we lost Gordillo, that's like, I guess that's the quote unquote good thing about this is that we are going to have a rookie starter, which gives us possibility for growth. Helen Lindsay really thinks highly of himself. I think you're a useful dude, but I'm not paying you like $1 billion or whatever. I will pay you just for you $1.5 million in a bonus. And if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. That's how I feel. Sorry. Iwamoto has signed with the Dodgers for 5.2 million. I probably could have stretched farther if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. Craig Kimbrell made the Hall of Fame and nobody else did. Okay. I mean, these guys are all getting close, right? I think Adam Wainwright has a genuine shot to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I think he's got a genuine opportunity waiting for him. I would like all players, please. Alex Apodaca is really, really good. I think I just take him. I don't think about it. I just sign him. I can pay you 5.7 million, and that is what I shall pay you. Keep trying to type 5 there. 123, 123. Yeah, 5.7 million. I'm sure you'll take it. I would be shocked if you didn't. I do think interleague play has made these matchups between the National League and American League a little bit less exciting, but still pretty good. I'm not like against it or anything like that. But it is just I do think a little bit of the mystique of the National League versus the American League is gone. You can go to AAA. Although I very strongly dislike people that are like, oh, that means bring back get rid of the DH. Don't be ridiculous. It's never happening. The DH is here forever. And I personally approve of it. I mean, I've been an American League fan my whole life, so I understand other people are going to have concerns. You motherfucker, you're not allowed to get worse. That's illegal. Not okay. I mean, I'm glad Comerich is trying to get faster. That wasn't exactly his problem, though. That's not what held us back. It wasn't, oh man, if only he could steal 10 base instead of 9. But I guess I'm not opposed to him being a better player. All right. Let's have some proper tryouts, you know? Russell, Estrada, Zapata, Martinez, Hoffman, Cruz, Lindsay, Burkiaga, Welvis, Brunson, Moss, Cashin, Atkinson, Rodney Green, Sal Delgado, Nick Wagner, Yarim Purify. Whenever I hear his name, I think of like fucking Warhammer 40k. Must purify the Xenos. I could make a clever joke, but I won't. Probably because my joke isn't actually that clever. Nunnally and Emil Morales. And Kilby. Dax Kilby. I mean, playing. Okay, interestingly enough, Matt Kesser's the guy we're playing in center. Not what I expected. I'm willing to let him try it out in spring training, but Cannarello should be the center fielder. I don't know why he's not. Pitching, we're gonna do 6-man rotation, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, Nolan McLean can kind of hit. Maybe. All right. We got 60 guys in spring training. We're just trying to sort through some of them. Personal message, most people did not improve. You actually got worse, Yasukawa. That's gross. Thank you, Kaizor and Kick and Cruz. 3 to 4 weeks for Jose Garcia is fine. Like, there wasn't really going to be that great a chance of him making the roster. I mean, he's going to make the roster because he's a Rule 5 guy, but if I can let him cook a little bit in the minors, that would be fine with me. Or just let him build up some strength. Ryan Russell's getting better. Ruben Santa Cruz is getting better. Bobby Rivera's getting worse. It makes sense. He was pretty severely injured last year. Dave Crawford's getting better. Yasukawa's getting better. That's pretty exciting. Rodarte's getting better. All right. Let me simulate until March the 20th. Have you tried not being concussed? Have you tried that? Let me be clear. Canarella's a starting center fielder. I don't know why the game's being weird about it. He's our starting center fielder. No one else is trusted to be the starting center fielder right now. I don't think Canarella's speed is going to make him a very good center fielder too. So yeah, I will. That decision has been made. What needs to be made now is who do we get rid of? All right, Sandy Ozuna is injured. Can I get you to tell me what his injury is? He's going to miss 4 to 5 months. Well, shit. Rivera, go back to the minors. All right, losing Ozuna is really unfortunate, and it's going to make me think very, very long and hard about who we keep on the roster. All right. Carlson goes to AA. Cashin goes to AAA. Estrada goes to AA, I think. Hoffman to AAA. I just acquired Martinez. We're going to put him in AAA, I think. Moore goes to AA. Moss might stick around. So I'm going to keep him on the roster for the moment. Olsen to the minors. Romero to the minors. Ryan Russell, I'm going to have another look at. Santa Cruz are going to repeat AA. How many pitchers am I down to? I'm down to 19 pitchers. Still got to get rid of quite a few pitchers. Nick Wagner, you can pitch in AAA. I do like Weston Moss. I think there's a real possibility that Weston Moss makes the team. I want to make sure that only the best make the team. Ryan Russell's also right up there. I think Atkinson can go to the minors. Acevedo is possible. No, he isn't. He's going to Double A. Um, I really want to keep Russell, and Moss on the Major League roster. I think they've both got a ton of capabilities here that makes it really excited. Moss would be an innings machine. There's also Nathaniel Cruz, who I think is worthy of being considered to be kept. Cruz goes to the minors. 2 more pitchers got to go. Fair enough. If I get rid of Oscar Vasquez, that forces me to find somebody else to start. And I don't know who that person would be. I really want to keep Moss. I really want to keep Moss. Ryan Russell still got some room to grow. I think letting him go back to AAA is okay. Maybe I could send him to AA. Nah, we'll send him to AAA. That's fine. 1 more pitcher has to go. So Moss makes the team. Is Oscar Vasquez worthy of getting a shot to start for the Rockies? I don't know. I have 3 starters I feel really good about, and 2 that I don't. No matter how you slice it. Is there another starter on this roster? Is there somebody else here that I can trust enough to be a quality starting pitcher? We could try Moss in the rotation. What would that look like? If I make you into a starter, what do you look like? You're actually slightly better as a starter. Weston Moss, I'm going to try you out as a starter. That way I can send Oscar Vasquez back to the minors, which is where I think he belongs. Pitching sorted. Let's build ourselves a pitching staff. Clear it all. Your ace is Will Levy, very clearly. Followed by Shin. No, followed by Pineda. Followed by Shin. Followed by Moss. And then the question is it McLean or is it Abel? Let me compare these 2 fine, upstanding gentlemen. Okay. Abel is a better pitcher across the board. There's really no contest here. I'm going to look at your defense too, I guess. I mean, I guess you're a better defender, but no, Mick Abel is the better pitcher. Mick Abel, welcome to the rotation, my friend. This means that Nolan McLean is the emergency starter. And, of course, long reliever. Don't forget that, too. John Beguin is going to be our closer. That goes 8+. He's got the stamina that I want to stretch him out as much as possible. I want him pitching in every big moment if we can make that happen. Let me look at all relievers. I really like Eric Riddick a lot, but he's not quite there yet. Mostly because he's very vulnerable to left-handed pitching. Last year you got a 3.54 ERA, but let's break that down a bit, shall we? Lefties feasted on him. The righties he dominated against. Mr. Riddick, what I propose for you is that you're a righty specialist. And that you get some middle relief help if you need it. Because it is a very pronounced split. It's more pronounced, in fact, than Cooper McKeon's split. Pablo Torres is the setup guy. That I feel good about. Then it's Edgar Issei. Until the man tells me by his performance that I can't trust him anymore, I'm gonna keep trusting him. Cruz is the middle reliever. Dawson is the middle reliever. And McKeon is specialist middle reliever. There we go. I really hope Riddick can improve a little bit against lefties, because what I saw against righties is extremely impressive. Like, this is one of the better relievers in the league. This is a batting practice pitcher. And yet they live inside the same body, which makes it difficult to properly use him. Is this a great bullpen? It's not a great one. It's got a lot of horses in it. And I think our real strength for this team is we have a load of relievers ready for an opportunity. I think it gives us a unique capability to adjust on the fly. Let me swap a Bell and Moss. I think that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable take. Let's do it. Next up on our agenda is we need to set our roster. 4 catchers is too many. I'm not even going to carry 3 catchers on this. Am I going to carry 3 catchers? Sal Delgado, you can play in AAA this year. Not only you can play in AAA. If Milam is always the DH, which I think he presently is, that creates very significant concerns for me about what happens if he's DHing. I mean, I guess the AI would just be smart at that point and would then let Milam play catcher when Romo leaves a break. Maybe I don't need to carry Fauski on the Major League roster. He barely played as it is, so maybe letting him play in AAA is fine. Kilby to the minors. Purify to the minors. I'm not letting Swain play in the major leagues until he's there to stay. And I want to give Richie some rope. I want to let Richie try to show me that he can handle his job. Dahigo might get a starting job too. We'll revisit this discussion momentarily. Alright, Brunson to the minors for sure. Head to the minors. Green might stay. Green offers me some pretty tasty power off the bench, and that's got some value for me. So this is the guy that might stick on the roster. I haven't decided yet. Buelvos and Burciaga can go back to AAA. Zapata 100% goes to AAA, or does he? Yeah, you only play second base in that poorly. You can go AA, actually. So I have to keep Leon. That's something I kind of was a little bit afraid of. I have to keep him. Does Leon start over Dalis? He actually might. Like, we compared these two gentlemen. Leon is just better. Dalis is faster. He has extra weapons on the base paths. Defensively, they're pretty close. I mean, there's no reason we can't keep them both, right? But there's an absolute possibility that Leon starts the year as our second baseman. I don't think Dalis is that entrenched. It's going to be Dalis's job to at least try it. So knowing that Leon is going to be staying, then Lindsay goes to the minors. I got to go to 4 more position players. I cannot carry this many outfielders. Irons definitely goes. Look, let's make Canarella a center fielder. Let's start there. This proper lets me evaluate what I actually need, which means I don't need Kenley Hunter. Hunter can go to AAA. Jose Garcia goes back to his club. Which means they go to 1 infielder. If I'm getting rid of 1 infielder, it's Dahigo. Yeah, done. How long is Dalis out? Dalis is only out for 5 days. Okay. Yeah, Dahigo can go back to the minors. Aguayo, you can go to high A. And Dorian Waite is not remotely ready for AAA. Like, you're not even in the same ballpark. Get on down to rookie ball, my friend. You're 18 years old. Let's not rush you. Enjoy being a teenager, please. Alright. Minor leagues look like they're solid. I have some openings here in A-ball. I would like to take advantage of them. Rodarte is 20 years old. He has to play in A-ball. He has to. Dave Crawford still needs some time to grow a little bit, I think. Yasukawa kind of mastered Rookie League. I think he is ready to take on High A. That I feel good about. Bobby Mendes has pitched in the Rookie League for 3 years. He is more than well ready for A-ball. And I think that'll do it. I know I can make more room by just cutting some of the losers, but I don't think anyone else here is leaping out at me as saying this person is ready for the next step. Alright, let's get our lineup set. Because this is going to be very challenging, I think. Alright. The best batting eye belongs to Edwin Brito. I don't trust him to be a leadoff guy. So it's either going to be Fermin or it's going to be Canarella. And I like doing Canarella and Fermin back-to-back. With that said, Canarella is better putting the ball in play, so I think Canarella and Fermin at the top is a good move. I think this works. Condon hits third. Tovar hits cleanup. I could swap it. Actually, I probably should swap it. I want Tovar hitting third because Condon has so much raw power. I want to be able to hit, like, big home runs. Big, crunchy home runs. Who hits fifth? It's probably Milam. Until Richie can prove that he can hit home runs consistently, I'm not letting him hit any higher than sixth. Romo hits seventh. And actually, Romo hits eighth. Richie hits seventh. Dalis hits sixth. And then, who is missing? My left fielder. Who is playing left field is a great question here. I want Brito playing against left-handed pitching. I don't necessarily know that I wanted to play against right-handed pitching. It could be Rodney Green. There's also a possibility of playing Kester. I don't think Kester is really ready for that important role right now. He's also right-handed, which makes him especially bad for the role that I'm imagining him for. I think it's going to be Rodney Green. I think we're going to try him out. He's going to bat ninth and play left field for us. I like Leon playing fairly regularly. I think 3 games is too much. And I think 3 games is much too much for Kester here. This works for me. This works pretty well for me, actually. Copy, copy. This is going to be super simple. I'm just going to swap Brito out for Green. And then generate me a new depth chart, please. I don't know why the game wants Kester to play so badly. I am not that guy. Actually, we could start Leon against left-handed pitching. The thing is that Dahlias is pretty good against him too, but I think letting him start a little bit more frequently against righties, lefties is fine. This is fine. This is an okay lineup. Alright. We got some tasty fruit, nice. Remember I kept saying, oh, we're going to have a rookie start. I didn't expect the rookie would be 29 years old and be named Weston Moss. 27, sorry. This is a patchwork rotation, and I think it's the great weakness of this club. I think our bullpen is very strong. We've got a ton of depth. We've got great pitchers in the minor leagues. We've got very, very solid, experienced veterans. We've got a great mix of pitchers. The lineup has so much potential, so much raw talent. It could be amazing. In a world where everyone is hitting at or around their capabilities, 1-9 we're the best lineup in the league. The problem is we're relying on certain players to perform in a way they haven't performed yet. We're hoping Canarella bounces back. We're hoping Fermin carries on from his reasonable rookie campaign. Canerella's also playing a new position. It's one I think he's fully capable of handling. Don't get me wrong. I think Canarella is an excellent center fielder. That's why I'm so willing to let Doyle walk. But yeah. Yeah. It's a good team. I wish it had better outfielders other than Canarella. None of these outfielders fill me with excessive amounts of joy. Rodney Green may be that guy. Rodney Green may step in here and say, I should have been starting all along. I'm going to crank 30 home runs. Very possible. Unlikely, but possible. Edwin Brito could say, I'm also good. Let me hit home runs too. Phenomenal. An Edwin Brito that reaches anywhere near his potential is someone that plays every day. He's kind of our ace in the hole in the outfield. Matt Kester is going to have every opportunity to prove that he can be a useful reserve. I don't have any problem with him. I just don't think his upside is quite as high as the other two. Will Grady Emerson get meaningful plate appearances? Probably not unless the shortstop gets hurt again. I'm so obsessed with making him a thing, even though I know he probably is never going to be a thing. I just need to accept the fact that taking him first overall in my first season was a mistake. That's fine. Like, I own that mistake. I shouldn't have done it. Oh, well. We have some really intriguing talent in the high minors. I think Colin Ritchie is kind of the linchpin here. If Colin Ritchie plays exactly as well as he did last season, I become very motivated to find a replacement. With his raw power, I think he has a chance to be really great, but he has to be putting the ball into play enough to let his power achieve something noticeable. He's had 2 seasons in the majors. Neither one has overwhelmed me with amazing talent or skill. Maybe he'll get better. Maybe this is the year he needed to show that he can be something exceptional. For right now, though, Richie's job is very much on thin ice. Maybe Dolly shifts over to third. Because I am intrigued by the idea of playing Santiago Leon more. Leon is a marginally better defender, but he's also got the batting eye. I think he could be a starter, and I think he's learned everything he can learn in the minors. So, Leon is here to stay, win, lose, or draw. The question just comes down to, can he lead the team in some capacity? I think maybe he could. I think every year that Romo gets slightly worse is 1 year closer to the end of his contract with us. I've already got Brian Milam that's ready for a bigger role. I've been letting him DH regularly works for me, but it probably doesn't work for him. So we're going to have to think about what to do with him going forward. People whose contracts are coming up, I love my boy Edgar Issei. And there's a world in which I give him a new 2-year extension. I don't know if it's this world yet, but it's one that I'm considering. Here's the thing. He is produced every year. And I cannot stress that enough. He has been highly successful as a reliever for the Colorado Rockies. And that makes it really hard for me to not give him a new extension, right? Like, he's kind of my dude. But I also recognize how many extremely talented relievers I have in the minors, and I wonder if signing him again just blocks them. I don't know the answer to that. Begin is going to want a big extension. Milam's going to want a big extension. Osuna and Shin are going to want reasonable extensions. You know what? I can't not do it. Until he proves to me that he cannot handle being a relief pitcher for the Colorado Rockies, I'm going to keep him around. I'm also going to quickly see what Begin wants. In a longer term deal. Because I think locking him up could be very, very useful for me. Let's say an 8-year deal. You want to get paid like an elite closer. I will wait then. If that's the amount of money you want, then I will wait. I need to see what Dolly's can do. I think for the team as a whole, the most important player this season is Richie. If Richie can provide enough offense, I think the whole lineup gets better. Top to bottom. We're more threatening, we're more dangerous if he's putting baseballs into the cheap seats. Oh, that's something else I wanted to consider. No, it's not, because Richie is actually... He's pretty platoon neutral, actually. But I think the player needs to do the most for themselves is Wilder Dulles. Leon is younger, and he is more effective in a lot of ways. It's not to say that he's gone or that he's on borrowed time, but it is to say that he needs to be on the lookout this season. You want me to reach the playoffs? I want me to reach the playoffs too. Do we have any top 20 prospects? What does our pipeline look like? If I sort by Rockies of Colorado, Rodarte is barely a top 20 prospect, but I have 4 players in the top 50, which is pretty great. None of them are ready for the majors, but they're all there. I think that's my big problem. You look at all these numbers here, no one's ready at 2032. They're all 2033 or later. Which is fine. It's nice to have the mid to high minors with high performers, but this is an interesting scenario in that we have all these players that are very, very well received, and they're all fairly far away from the majors. Bobby Rivera might be the one exception. Bobby Rivera could find himself in the majors quite quickly, or Ruben Santa Cruz, for example. But for now, that's what we're working with. I want to take a quick look here. I want to punish myself a little bit, maybe. I haven't made any tremendously terrible decisions already. I don't know. Oh, top 15, please. I mean, Gordillo was a great deal, and we got a lot of value out of that. Yost is already gone. We haven't really made many great deals. We haven't made many bad deals. We also haven't made very many great deals either. Ryan Ritter was a miss. Sort of. He's been a solid regular where what's to say is a huge dumpster fire. Like RJ Shrek was never worth it. Matt Barr has been pretty solid as a pitcher. That one sings a little bit. We do need pitching for sure. Yanquiel Fernandez is fine. Archuleta is fine. This is mostly fine. Canarell's the best draft pick I've ever made, which is kind of depressing when you think about it. Oh, Charlie Condon already started on the team. They started on the team without getting credit for it. Got it. What did I give up Matt Barr for? For James Quinn Irons? What the fuck was wrong with me? I mean, in my defense, he didn't know control at all when I had him, and he's definitely improved that quite a bit with his new club, so... I was brain damaged in that one. I don't know how he can 2.6 WAR, unless it's just whether Jordan Beck has just been a train wreck. Yeah, he's just been terrible. Very much addition by subtraction. I've definitely made some really poor choices here. This, I think, is one of my worst. Bar for Quinn Irons, who's not even on the team anymore, was bad. Giving up Ritter was bad. Yanquiel Fernandez, I guess, was a bad idea. The thing is, he never performed for me. He was never a good player. That he somehow figured out with St. Louis is a credit to them, I suppose, but he was never that good with me. So, Danny Roque could still be something really great. That possibility does exist. But for now, Archuleta won Rookie of the Year, so I gotta give them props for that one. It's hard to make big splashes. It's actually really hard to make big splashes when you can't sign major league free agents. You can't trade for major league players. It all comes down to can I identify other people's prospects well. And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. I do know that John Begin is rapidly running up this list. I know that Will Levy is too. Cooper McKeon has proven to be an excellent pitcher. I've made smart decisions. The problem is that I haven't made enough smart decisions. Um, like losing Lucas Gordillo, it never occurred to me that he would get taken in the expansion draft. Never occurred to me. And that's entirely on me. That is potential pain on my part. This could very much end up causing me no shortage of consternation. Because my rotation isn't very good. That's what our season comes down to. We have good pitchers in the bullpen. We have a good lineup. We have decent defense. I don't have starters. I have Will Levy. Will Levy is great. He turned in a fantastic rookie season. I'm happy that we have him. And maybe we're going to get greatness out of him. I don't know. But then the quality drops off drastically. Pineda was so mediocre, he was left off the postseason roster last year. Min Jun Shin has been a workhorse. He's been tremendous. Love this guy. Mika Bell, barely pitched last season. Weston Moss, never been in the major leagues before. This is a very volatile rotation that doesn't have a ton of proven commodities. I have good pitchers in the minor leagues. The problem is that they're not ready yet. Did I really send Acevedo to AAA? That doesn't sound like me. I didn't. Yeah, don't lie to me, game. Acevedo's in AA. His development risk is now down to low. So, to that end, I'm very pleased with what we've accomplished with him. Now you need to see the turn production into results. And then he's got a chance to be a great pitcher. So, we have the makings of an incredible, young, hungry rotation. They're just not ready for prime time yet. They're not ready. When they are ready, we're going to be excited, and it's going to be great. And we're going to go, holy poopy pants. I need to send a pitcher up to AAA. Probably Estrada. Estrada's not really earned it, though. Ryan Moore needs to start in AA. Santa Cruz needs to start in AA. Acevedo. You know what, Barry Keller? You can pitch in AAA for right now, I guess. Sure. I guess the position I feel the best about if something happened to someone is if we had to replace Romo, I think we'd bounce back pretty quickly. I think Fauski is a perfectly fine backup, and we actually have some really great catchers down in the minors, so we're pretty strong at catcher. I feel good about catching. I just don't feel great about the outfield could be something special. It's relying very heavily on guys that haven't played the role in a major way. I feel great about Charlie Condon. I feel like Charlie Condon is, if anything, underpaid because of how amazing he is. And I think Santiago Leon very, very possibly forces the issue. I don't know, though. Tovar is the other X factor. Tovar has played at an extremely high level his entire career. What I am concerned about is he is 30 years old. He will age. And I don't know how graceful his aging will be. I hope it's extremely graceful. I hope he continues to be a positive run producer that's also a very good glove. One of those things could give at any time. And while I could possibly replace his glove, I don't think I have a replacement for his bat. So, anyways, my friends, with that, I bid you a fond farewell as I head off to my vacation in Florida. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks, as I said. So September 22nd, probable next video, maybe September 23rd. It just depends on how tired I'm feeling as I drive back. But hopefully until then you can find something to occupy yourselves. Maybe catch a real life game if you can. I'm gonna try to catch a game when I'm in Florida if I can. I'd love to see Tampa play. I've never gotten a chance to see them. Now that they're playing in a minor league ballpark, it should be a good experience, I think. Either way, though, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Your viewership is highly appreciated. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to see more. Comment about what you think the Rockies are going to be up to. And until next time, this has been UpGuardian, and I bid you good day.